I'm Beverly Enos, and you're watching Spotlight Georgetown. You can find us Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. As I scan through the stations, I see it quite often on 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 6 o'clock at night, so take a look and see when the shows are going to be on. If there's something that you would like to see rerun, please let us know, and we will make sure that we put it on air again for you. Quite often there are things that people want to see seasonally, or they just want to see their best friend on television again. So if you would like to become part of the process here, they have lots of cameras, they have toys, lots and lots of toys. So you can come down, learn how to run a camera, learn how to use the equipment, and be part of the Georgetown Cable TV service. So today we're talking to Dennis Floyd, and he's from CrossFit 133. And CrossFit being a gymnasium style, and 133 being because it's right off 133. I
Exactly.
have to assume. Okay. All right. Now, you're not from Georgetown.
I am not from Georgetown.
Where are you from?
I am from Lynn, Massachusetts, as well as my family from Lynn, Massachusetts.
Okay, so you're a Lynn kid.
I'm a Lynn kid.
Lynn,
Yep.
Lynn City. No,
Lynn,
okay.
yep.
We'll let that
How many times have I heard that one?
go. Now, CrossFit. What is CrossFit?
What is CrossFit? You know, there's so many ways to explain CrossFit, but so one of the best ways that I've ever heard of explained, and I'm gonna borrow it from a friend of mine, and the way that she explains it is it's a little bit of weightlifting, a little bit of body weight movements, a little bit of cardiovascular exercise. The workouts are difficult, but they need to be so we can produce a result. The community is very supportive, and you learn a lot. It's a very educational experience.
Okay, now before we went on camera, we spoke for a minute about Stacy, your wife, is part of this as well.
Yes, she is one of the business owners.
And
Today she could not wear her business owner hat because she had to take my little one, Amalia, to play practice. My son needed to get a haircut before he goes on his Boy Scout trip. So, you know, she's juggling those hats, and you know, she had to take care of
So how old
the
are the
mom
kids?
hat. My son is 11 years old, and my daughter is 8 years old.
Nice ages.
Absolutely.
You don't look old enough to have
So
kids
much
that age.
fun. Thank you.
I'm not talking about that anymore. Now, why did you choose Georgetown for this?
That's a great question. Why not?
You wrote it.
Why not? Why not choose Georgetown? Well, there's a whole bunch of different reasons here. Is one, when you look at the map and where CrossFits are laid out, you know, Georgetown is kind of an empty space for a gym to plop down.
I did go online and
yep.
see all the others that are
Yep.
that are
You know,
not in the
so
area.
That's a small
basically.
piece of it, but also Georgetown is one, a great town, and it's a town of families, and you know, families who are active, okay, and there's a lot more families coming to Georgetown, and that leads me to the other reason why is soon my family will be moving to Georgetown.
Oh, good.
So hopefully within the near future we'll become Georgetown residents as well, you know, so that's another piece of it. But also, if you look at, you know, the demographic of Georgetown, it has some great, amazing communities around it in the form of Boxford and Groveland and Ipswich and Rowley and Haverhill.
Yep.
You know, so it's a great little hub of some really amazing towns and cities.
Plus, we're at a crossroads.
And we're at a crossroads. You
So
got the
you've got
133 and 95 and 97.
95.
You know, so that it's a great spot for a gym like mine to settle in.
Okay, now when you said all of the things that what CrossFit is,
Mm-hmm.
it sounded a little scary to me. I'm not the young gym rat in the spandex. So, so what levels do you teach? And I mean, you say weights. Are we talking 5-pound weights or 40-pound weights?
My answer is yes.
Okay.
Okay, it all depends on you and where you're at. So when you come into our gym, we're going to sit down and we're going to do a no sweat consultation. All right, that's where you and I just sit down, kind of like we are right now,
Okay.
and we find out what your goals are, where you want to go, how you want to get there, and how we can help you get there. All right, so you know, everybody comes in with a baseline of fitness, and our goal is to be better, or non-fitness. All right, but our goal is to be better than yesterday. Okay, and I'm sure that everybody has a bright spot. There's something that people are doing right, and we want to home in on those bright spots and say, okay, awesome, you're doing a great job in these areas, and this is where we can help you. Okay,
Okay.
we have people in the gym that are, grandmas and grandpas. We have people who are young kids. My daughter, who's 8 years old, loves to do CrossFit. CrossFit is adaptable to any particular person.
Okay. All right. Now, before you started this business, what were the credentials that you brought into it?
So I have a few. So I have my CrossFit Level 1, all right,
Which is the training
which is the
provided by the
training
company?
provided by CrossFit to be able to train people. I also have my CrossFit kettlebell certification on how to use kettlebells and train people in kettlebells. I also have my CrossFit Kids certification, so I can teach kids how to do CrossFit.
Okay.
I also have my CrossFit Mobility and Flexibility, which helps people with their joints and make sure that we have nice stable joints and flexible joints, which is important for recovery and things like that. I also have a USA Track and Field Level 1, so I'm also a track and field coach as well.
Okay. I knew there had to be something other than the CrossFit that brought you into the field.
Yes. So basically what happened was I was a track and field coach. And I needed
For high school age
for
kids?
college.
Oh, college. Okay.
And I needed to find a way to bring my team together. My team was a group of throwers, distance runners, sprinters, and they all had their own individual things that they did. But I wanted something that would bring the team together. And I kind of stumbled upon CrossFit. And so I called up the local CrossFit at the time, and I said, "Hey, I'm a track coach. I want to come in, and I want to check this out." And the owner at the time said, "Come on in, but keep an open mind." So sure thing. I went in there, and I was blown away. I wasn't blown away so much by the workouts, but I was blown away by the educational experience. These coaches had a higher education than most people that I've met. And they were able to teach me a lot of things that I was able to bring back to my track and field team. And what I noticed with the track and field team, when I started giving them these type of workouts, the team got more cohesive. And it was a beautiful thing. And what I realized that, there was something special about this. And what was special about it was community. The community aspect of CrossFit is gigantic. There's nothing better than people who are supporting you, friends and teammates or fellow members. And that's kind of the beauty of CrossFit.
Now, we're going totally off script here, but
Sure
you
thing.
do a community run starting
Yes.
from
Yep.
CrossFit.
It starts right from CrossFit 133. And basically, I'm a runner. I like to run.
I figured that when you said track and field, it's like, okay.
and I like to have people to run with.
Yeah.
So I opened up a community run. It's free. Anybody can come down and do it. 8:30 on Sunday mornings. We do take one Sunday off a month, the last Sunday of every month. But every other Sunday we're out there, we're running, and it's for anybody. If you want to come down and run, come on down.
And where do you run and what is the pace?
Well, it depends. What we try to do is once everybody gets there, we get out a map and we show what the route is. We usually pick 3 or 4 routes, and we all kind of decide as a group, that we feel like doing this one loop over here, the shorter loop, or maybe a longer loop, and then we kind of break up into groups. So you'll have your say a medium, fast, slow group, and then we head out on our run.
About how many people join in on this?
It depends.
I have to assume a lot of them are
It really depends on the week.
clients, but
Yeah, some are clients, some are people that are just in the community. It really depends on the week. Some weeks, a handful. Some weeks, a little bit more.
okay. All right, so if we see runners around on Sunday mornings, we know what it is.
You know who they are.
What's the mobility screening? And
So-
why?
So the mobility screening is a really important piece of what we do, because after you do that no sweat consultation, before you start classes and go full steam into something, we want to make sure that you don't have any muscle imbalances. We want to make sure that your flexibility and mobility is fine, so we can actually put a load on those particular joints. We're going to look at 4 different things. We're going to look at the mechanics. Can you, let's say, take the squat? Can you do a squat, and can you be mechanically sound?
So if somebody has a knee problem, you're going to try that, and the answer is going to be no.
The answer is going to be no. So how do we help them with that?
Okay.
All right, it will be the next step. You know, and most people can do some semblance of a squat. All right, so because most people need to sit. All right, so we might take them and have them sitting to a chair and standing back up.
Okay.
So that's one way that we're going to help them start to gain the strength back to be able to hopefully resolve that knee problem and gain some more strength so they can actually do those particular exercises.
All right. Is this something that, so it's mobility of the joints
Yes.
and muscles, or?
So this mobility screening will give us a snapshot of who you are and what you are and where we can go with you. So like I said, we're going to look at the mechanics, then we're going to look at the consistency of those mechanics. Can you replicate them over and over and over again? Then we're going to take a look at those mechanics and say, can we load those mechanics? Why or why not? Okay, if we can't, we're not going to. So let's take our shoulder, okay? If I find that you have some sort of shoulder impingement, all right, there's something going on in that shoulder, there's no reason to load that shoulder. So we're going to keep you away from exercises that will load that shoulder.
Okay.
And we're going to steer you more towards flexibility exercises so we can regain our mobility in that particular joint. So hopefully in the future we'll be able to load that shoulder.
Okay, so that's 3. What's the 4th thing?
The fourth thing that we look at is, can we add some relative speed to that particular movement? So if you check out with mechanics, your consistency, and the load, can we add some relative speed? All right, speed being, can you perform an exercise quickly with good form?
Okay. And what if I can't?
And what if you can't? All right, so if you can't, then we have 3 different areas in our program that we could send you to.
Okay.
All right, so we have traditional CrossFit. All right, that would be probably our premier exercise program. We also have a program called CrossFit Lite. All right,
Okay.
CrossFit Lite is CrossFit. We teach it just like CrossFit, but it's not as high skill. So you're not going to see something like a handstand push-up in CrossFit Lite. You're not going to see something like a crazy gymnastic movement on the rings in CrossFit Lite.
You have rings?
We do have rings.
Oh my.
All kinds of fitness, all kinds of fun stuff.
I'm going to come down and take a tour.
Yeah, sure thing, absolutely. Come on down.
Now,
We love guests.
so if somebody can't do a sit-up, they can do a crunch.
Absolutely, it's a
That type of
possibility.
thing.
Sure thing, sure
Okay.
thing.
So that's more what the CrossFit Lite is about. Or
Yes.
lighter weights.
Lighter weights. I wouldn't say necessarily lighter weights. We don't use any barbells in CrossFit Lite,
Okay.
but we use dumbbells and kettlebells. So CrossFit Lite is a much less intimidating CrossFit.
What's the difference between a barbell and a dumbbell?
Okay.
In the gym aspect.
Okay. So the barbells are the really long weights that you
Like
put.
weightlifters
Yeah,
use.
like weightlifters
Okay.
use. We'll use that in CrossFit quite often. Dumbbells are more of the shorter ones,
Like the
the
little-
hand weights, and those are what you're going to encounter in CrossFit Lite a little bit more.
Okay. All right. All right. That makes much more sense. And then kettlebells. Kettlebells
Kettlebells are the round ones with the handle on them. Yep.
And you
Absolutely.
can do all kinds of different
All
things
kind.
with them.
I love kettlebell work. It's actually it's some of my favorite work. It's a tool that is not used too often in traditional fitness, but it's very exciting piece of equipment because there's so many things to learn.
And they come in weights of what?
Anywhere
They started
from
3 and
5
to
to pounds to I've seen 100-pound kettlebells. But I think our highest is 72.
Okay. Now, you said kids, teens and kids. What do you do special for the teens and the kids? You
Yes.
said your daughter likes to do it.
Absolutely. So in January, we'll be starting our CrossFit Kids program. So we'll have kids programs focused on the younger population. We're going to be in January. We're also going to be rolling out our middle school strength and conditioning program, which is part of CrossFit Kids, CrossFit Teens. Technically, they're in CrossFit Kids, but we don't like to call them kids because they're middle schoolers. So we call them middle school strength and conditioning.
Like
Yep.
what I used to call junior high school.
Yes.
You know, so 8th,
Yep.
9th, 10th. So you go
Exactly.
break
And
them
then
in.
also we will have some teen programs going on as well for high school and whatnot. We like to do those in small group settings. It's easier for the coach to work with those groups in small groups.
Okay, so that makes it much more reasonable it's for the kids too.
Absolutely,
For the kids.
absolutely.
Some of the benefits.
Some of the benefits
other than
of
the fact
CrossFit.
that you can do it.
Yep. So some of the benefits is that we are going to teach you how to move. Okay? We're going to teach you how to take that box that's up in your attic and pull it off the top shelf and carry it all the way down the stairs. And then once you get it down the stairs, carry it across your living room, out the front door, down the stairs, put it down, open up the car door, pick it back up again, and put it in your trunk.
I'm going to dial the phone and say, somebody come and help me.
Okay? So the purpose of CrossFit is to be...
That's an old thing, dial the phone. You haven't dialed the
Yeah,
phone.
you haven't dialed like that in a while. It's usually like this now.
Well,
but
it's an age thing.
One of the sayings that we like to say in CrossFit is to become a more useful human being.
Okay.
You don't want to have to call somebody. You want to be able to say, I can do this myself. You know, and there's something that's very empowering about CrossFit when you realize that, wow, I can do things on my own. I don't need to call somebody because I can do it. You know, and that's part of what CrossFit's all about.
It's funny because I teach seniors in senior centers. Nothing to do with something like this, but I have a lady that came into class a couple of weeks ago and she said, you know, I just got tired of everybody telling me I couldn't do this or that.
Yes.
She said, I needed a new toilet in my bathroom. I went down to the local store. They told me what to do. I saw a video. I brought it home and I installed my own toilet.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking, this is a woman in her probably mid to late 60s, and she's picking up a toilet and installing it in her own house.
Absolutely. That's good for her. I mean, that kind of empowerment is amazing. Good story. A guy that I trained a long time ago. I'm not going to say his name. I don't know if he wants me to say his name. But he basically went from being the guy who was always, you know, never did anything. And then one day he just woke up and said, you know what? I need to change my life. I need to go on a new track. I need to be healthy. You know, I need to be there for my kids. And he decided...
That's what a lot of people, they get to that point.
And he decided that I'm going to do this for myself. And what he realized is that his potential was way beyond what he could even comprehend. And it was all because he knew that he could put a certain amount of weight over his head whenever he wanted to. You know? So there's a lot of benefits, a lot of empowerment that goes on in CrossFit, especially with the support system you get from your community.
Now, we're talking about the exercise portion. Is there a nutrition portion or an education portion
Absolutely.
that goes with it?
So we have add-on classes, and one of those add-ons that we have is nutrition. So you can add that on to your membership, and we're going to help you and guide you through nutrition. We'll help you out with what's going on in your particular life. I tend to like to make small changes first, and then we'll try to get into the bigger changes. But we're definitely there for anybody that needs help with their nutrition needs.
And is it just a basic nutrition, or a government-supported nutrition program, or is it drinks and health foods and
what the CrossFit prescription is more of a paleo type of diet or nutrition. So we're going to heavily suggest that you eat more vegetables, more fruits.
which is what everybody should be doing.
And meat, fish, little starch, no sugar, and try to keep to that as best as you possibly can.
Okay.
And if you can think about those things, like this is something serious, something real about shop the outside perimeter of your supermarket. It's true, you know. And if we can at least curb you in that direction, you're going to be better off.
Yeah, the cracker aisle, the candy aisle, the cookie aisle,
Off
the
limits.
cereal aisle, the soft drink aisle. Yeah.
Yep. Don't need them.
Don't need them.
Don't need them.
So if you've got lots of fresh vegetables and fruits, and
Absolutely.
sometimes even frozen or canned, or depending on whatever it is, seasonally, depending on what part of the country you live in, of course.
We talk a lot about healthy choices. You know, if you have two choices there, and you know, which one's going to be the healthier choice? You know, the Doritos or the grapes? Pick the grapes.
Okay, I'll pick the grapes. Much smarter. Now, where are you located? Now we said 133, but you're not actually on
Not
133.
on 133, we're right off 133 on Carlton Drive. It's right before you get to the highway on Route 133 near exit 54.
Okay, so if people are coming off the highway, it's 54B, and you're going to take your first right.
Exactly, yes.
And if you're coming from Georgetown, you're going to take
Your
the last
last left.
before you hit the highway.
Yes.
Okay. I happen to know where it is. I happen to know Carlton Drive. Now, how do people get in touch?
Great
Do you have
question.
a website or
our
or a
website
phone
is
number?
under construction. We're brand new. We just started 2 weeks ago, so our website's on the way. But people can contact us at info@crossfit133.com.
Okay, CrossFit being CROSSFIT, all one word.
Yes,
Okay, info@crossfit133.com.
133.com. Mm-hmm.
Financial.
Mm-hmm.
What type of, do you do it by the year, by the month, by the week, by
Oh,
the
good.
program, or?
So our membership fees is month to month.
Okay.
So on the first of the month, everyone when everyone is charged in the gym, and if you start in the middle of the month, it'll be prorated
Okay.
for the month.
And then they can add other types of things.
They can. We didn't get too much into the other add-on classes,
Go for it.
but say you're doing CrossFit Lite as your main program, and you really want to do some more kettlebell training. You find it interesting, it's intriguing to you, so you can add that on. Do a kettlebell class with your CrossFit Lite training.
Okay. Now, trainers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have trainers?
I
Or
do,
are
I
people
do.
just shown once what to do and here's your machine and go for it?
Oh no. Every single class that you do is coached by a coach.
Okay, so it's classes.
So there is always somebody there to help you with your form and technique. We're a big fan of education. We want to teach you how to do things. We want to help you refine what you're doing. So everything is always coached. So when you come into our gym, the first thing you'll do is go through a warm-up, and that is going to be run by your coach. That warm-up is going to be to get you ready for what you're going to do for the rest of the day in class. The next piece of our class will be some sort of a strength exercise. So maybe we're working on overhead press that day, maybe we're working on squats that day, and we're going to do some heavier weight movements with those particular exercises. Once we get done with that piece, we'll move on to what's called a skill of the day. I love to have either the skill of the day will be the exercise will be in the workout, or it's maybe something I'm trying to prep you for down the line.
Right.
And so we're going to really home in on maybe something as simple as the push-up. All right, all the different pieces of the push-up, how to execute the push-up properly, what are the modifications for a push-up if you can't do a push-up.
Okay.
So we'll go into that skill. Then we move into the workout of the day. And that's where you get really tired, really sweaty, and all the fun
part?
begins. Yeah, that would be the more aerobic, cardiovascular. It's the tougher part of the day.
Now, how long is a session or a class?
An hour.
An hour.
Yep.
And that's, how many people would be in this class with one trainer?
With one trainer, I don't like classes any bigger than 12.
Okay.
I think any bigger than 12, it gets really tough for a coach to be able to manage. So we try to keep the classes under 12. If I saw a class that was going to go over 12, I would do one or two things. I would add a class or I would add an instructor.
All right. Now, when people sign up, do they sign up for scheduled time every day, or can they just say, I'm coming at 7 on Tuesday and I changed my mind, I want to come at 4 on Friday?
The latter. So the way our schedule is made up is we run classes all day long. We have classes at 5:30 a.m., 6:30 a.m., 9:30 a.m., 12 o'clock, 4:30, 6 o'clock, and 7 o'clock at night.
Okay.
So if we ask people to sign into class 12 hours in advance. That way we just know who's going to be in class.
Mm-hmm.
And we also ask if for some, things happen, kid gets sick, can't come in, you got to go get him at school. We just ask you to either email us or text us or give us a phone call and let us know that you're not going to be in class for that day.
Can they sign up
They could set
on
it.
the internet?
They write on the internet. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So they don't have to come in to sign up for
No, they
a
don't.
session?
Everything, we have an online system for that. It's called WOD Together.
Okay.
Workout of the day together.
All right. Well, that works too.
Yeah, works great.
Now, why should people come to CrossFit as opposed to, well, I was just going to give half the answer away, traveling for 15 or 20 minutes or a half hour to the other closest
Facility.
gym possibilities?
Well,
So that's half the answer, travel.
travel is one, but also at CrossFit 133, we pride ourselves on professional coaching. My coaches are professionals in their field. We've been doing it for a long time. It's not some kid who's wet behind the ears. It's professional coaches who understand movement patterns, they understand people, and you know, we're definitely the type of gym that's an average Joe kind of a gym. We want to help people just live better lives. My tagline is master the basics, explore the world. We want you to do just that. We want you to understand how to move well. And then once you understand that, we want you to go out in the world. We want you to do stuff. We want you, if you want to go hike the Appalachian Trail, you can go do that because you're fit enough to do that. Or if you want to go out with your grandkids and play basketball, you can do that because you're fit enough and you're strong enough. We want to give you the tools to be able to do that.
Okay, equipment.
Equipment.
We touched on it very briefly, but what type of equipment do you have that people have the option of being trained to use? Obviously, they're not going to walk in and do something crazy right away, but what kind of equipment do you have?
We have all kinds of equipment. The neat thing about our CrossFit gym is it conforms to the workout that we're doing for that day. So we have plyometric boxes. All right, so you jump boxes.
Okay.
All right, we have pull-up bars. We have barbells and dumbbells and kettlebells. We have medicine balls. We have your own body, because that can do a whole bunch of things: push-ups and sit-ups and squats. We also have ropes for climbing, ropes for pulling. We have. What else do we have? We have...
You said you have rings.
Rings, yep, the rings.
Treadmills?
We don't have treadmills because we'd like you to run on your own. We have rowing machines. We love rowing machines.
Okay. So where would people run? Outside?
Well, we could either run outside or I have a 6,000 square foot facility that we can use as well.
Okay, so they can basically do laps within?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
6,000 square feet, that's big.
It's a good size.
Yeah.
Yep, gets the job done.
Now, this is on second floor?
Second floor. Yep.
Is it handicapped accessible?
We do have handicapped accessible bathrooms.
Okay. Yep. All right. So most of the time, one of the goals would be to be able to get up and down the stairs.
Yes. We'll teach you how.
Right away. Anything that we've missed other than how much fun it is? And is the other question, you don't have to wear spandex.
You don't have to wear.
Male or women.
You can wear whatever you want.
Okay.
It's up to you. We just want you to come in and have a good time and learn about what your body can do and the possibilities that it has.
So this is a little more low key than a lot of other places.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that it is more. It's more about everybody. I think one of the things that people, they see CrossFit. And what they see is on TV, the CrossFit Games. They see the professional athletes who are professionals at this sport. And they immediately think, oh, I could never do that. But would you get on the field with Tom Brady? No. You know,
not to play football.
Not to play football. All right. And so those professionals, we don't have any business, being with them. But we can go out and we can throw the football around.
Okay, so would
and learn how to do it properly.
30 or 40-year-old be in the same group,
Absolutely.
possibly with a 60-year-old?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. There's a lot that we can learn from each other.
All right. Anything that we've missed?
I don't think so.
Sounds like I need to go take a look at this.
I think you should. It's a good time. It's fun.
Okay, so you're open early to late.
Absolutely.
And you said you have classes during those specific times. Is the building open and the facility open for people to come in and take a look?
We prefer you to give us a call or an email before you stop in.
Okay.
Because it is a family-run business, and if I don't have a class going on, I might be going to pick up the kids.
All right, that works. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate
your time.
In. This has been fun. It's fun to know what's going on in Georgetown.
It's neat.
And that sounds neat. And I'll be giving you a call for a tour.
Excellent.
So, we have met Dennis and CrossFit 133. Please give a call and take a look and see what you think. This is Spotlight Georgetown. I'm Beverly Enos. Thank you for joining us. Bye for now.